Hello, this is a demonstration of how to include an icon file in a program compiled by QB64, and we'll be using QB64 for Windows version 0.953, which is current as of early April 2012. I believe it's the current version. Anyway, to create your icon, you could use, I believe you could use the GIMP, you could use MS Paint, and then save it as a bitmap and then manually convert it to an icon. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I will use Resource Hacker to just steal one from Notepad. I'll steal a whole icon group, and I've already opened Notepad earlier, so. And there's the icon group. It's actually 9 different icons. Action, save icon group, and just for emphasis, it's that one there, the third one in the list. It's not that one. So save icon group, delme.ico. Delme stands for delete me. It's what I name files that I know can be safely overwritten for whatever reason. So delme.ico, rather than just naming everything with a unique name. Okay. So now we've extracted the icon from Notepad. Let's go into Windows Explorer just to look at it. And I saved it to the QB64 folder. So, I believe I did anyway. Explorer. And there it is. We can preview it. And I have set my screen resolution way down for this demonstration also. Set it down to 800 by 600. So we have an icon file. We need to turn that into an object that can be linked to our program. So we need to use the resource compiler for that, and that's WinRes. WinRes, I should say. And we'll use an RC file for that. So notepad delme.rc, and this is some documentation I found earlier, or the last time I did this for this. It's name ID, icon, file name. So name ID will be 0, icon, then file name. So delme.rc will be 0, icon, delme.ico, and that should do it. We can save it. And then we, actually I need to go back to Firefox to copy this. Internal /c /bin /winres. Then -i for input, delme.rc, and -o for output, delme.o for object. And that's done. So now we have an object file. Now for the program itself, I invoke QB64 using a bat file. The reason is so that I can do other things with the console or close the console without killing QB64. And this will just be a hello world program. Oops, sorry. Distracted for a second. And we'll compile this. Actually, need to save it. If you compile it now, it'll be untitled.exe, but we'll go ahead and save it as delme.bas. Oops. What? Alright, anyway. delme.bas. Yes, we've saved it. Okay. Then I compile it. And note that this is the only copy of QB64 open. At the time I don't have multiple copies open, and this is the last thing I'm doing here. I'm not doing anything else or compiling anything else or even opening QB64 to any other file in between this step. So the last thing I do with QB64 is compile this program. And then we go to the QB64 folder, the internal subfolder, and I'm sure it will be in the temp subfolder, but just for the principle of it, we'll search for recompile.bat. And if we had more than one, we would sort them by date and use the most recent, but we only have one. It's in the temp folder. So recompile.bat, we want to make a copy of it. So right click, drag, copy, and we'll edit the copy. This is the file that you can use to recompile the program. Notice that it switches folders. It'll switch to the internal /c or \c folder. So, and then it runs G, and it has two input files currently, qbx.cpp and libqbx.o. One's a C++ source file, the other is a object. It's already compiled. Excuse me. So we need to add a third source file, and this will also be a object already, an object. .o, delme.o, and we need this because it's 2 levels up. Remember, we're executing this from the internal \c subfolder, so it needs to be up 2 levels. And then this is the output file here, specified there. So we have 3 input files now: the C++ source, the library precompiled object, and then our resource compiled as an object. We save this and we run it. And I should not have closed that. I should have left it open. Anyway, so now we have it. There it is, right there, delme.exe. And if we view it as tiles, we can see it a little better. delme.exe with the icon. It is our Hello World program. And of course, it still uses the built-in icon. That's not a resource in the object file or the PE image. It's just, I guess, data that QB64 calls load icon on or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's default. So, but you can see that Notepad is the Notepad icon is the icon for the executable when it's viewed in Windows Explorer. And the reason, I believe the reason that Zach had the trouble with it, I believe, was because these instructions I have here, they were designed for, well, it was using mini-golf as an example, which I think is why we have this here, because that's not usually part of it. And this is also, this line was from probably 0.942. It was probably from QB64 0.942, whatever was current at that date. So what I should have said go to recompile.bat and get the command line out of recompile.bat, because that's always going to be correct, obviously. QB64, I think, can tailor it, I should say, to the particular program. So in this case, I believe it included a data object, whereas it wouldn't normally. So definitely get it out of recompile.bat. That way you're not restricted to something like this. This is specific to mini-golf and specific to that particular version of QB64. So that's the mistake there. I think that's why Zach had trouble doing it. So that's that. Anyway, this is not the ideal way of doing it. Hopefully QB64 will have the ability to well, that's somebody new. I don't recognize that one. Anyway, hopefully QB64 will have the ability to include icons directly without having to jump through any hoop like that. But that should work. And I guess that's it. Alright, well, thanks for watching.